New at 10, the area surrounding Greenville's downtown airport's always busy with traffic. Now, city leaders say they're ready to make some improvements here. So what needs changing? That's what they're asking you. Leaders hosted the first public input session on the topic tonight, and they're asking people to help create a vision for the future of that airport district. Fox Carolina's Kennedy Harris was there and tells us more.
And you could change one thing about the study area today, what would it be?
At 8 stations, using sticky notes, play money, and stickers, residents now have a say in the future.
Before we ever put pen to paper, we like to come and engage the community.
Amanda Morell's consulting firm is working with the city to study the airport district, the area between Lawrence, Haywood, South Pleasantburg, and I-385.
It's diving into the parcel level planning of what development and redevelopment should happen in and around the study area.
The goal is to create a master plan for growth in the area.
I'm going to write your answer really big.
This was the first of many interactive sessions where residents got the chance to give their input on everything from where the money should be invested to what more they'd like to see.
Really, I think we represent a lot of folks in Nicholtown who weren't able to make it out tonight.
Nicholtown is one of the neighborhoods closest to the study area, which means any changes could have a ripple effect in their community. Joy Hill and her students came out to make sure their needs were heard.
An affordable grocery store would be amazing, very close, because Nicholtown's one of the largest food deserts, and something like Aldi would be awesome right in the neighborhood.
Residents also said they'd like to see more bike lanes, affordable housing, and better walkability, less vacant buildings and empty lots. Consultants also asked about traffic and public art.
I really enjoy looking at all the options the city staff had put together.
With community input gathered, this master plan will take off soon.
Residential to hospitality to light industrial, hotel. You know, we look at all the possibilities.
Kennedy Harris, Fox Carolina News.
Well, coming up the next month, consultants will host a 3-day design input meeting for the public to give input again. They hope to have a draft master plan and some designs ready by the end of this summer.